The Song of Pumpkin Spice. The first thing Alistair knew was the smell. A cloying, sickly sweet perfume of roasted ginger and burnt caramel that clung to the back of his throat. He pushed himself up, his hands sinking into something that was both crunchy and yielding, rich gingerbread. And in the distance, a twisted castle of the same molasses-brown rock clawed at the starless sky. Confusion warred with the hot knot of anger that was his constant companion. "What is this place?" he roared to the empty expanse, the sound swallowed by the thick, spiced air. His only answer was a high-pitched, mocking giggle that seemed to come from everywhere at once. At the edges of his vision, small, shadowy shapes flickered in and out of phase, their forms glitching and distorting. He dismissed them. Illusions. His rage was real, and it was the only guide he needed. Then came the voice, dripping with the same condescending sweetness as the air. "Welcome to my little dollhouse," it cooed. "I do hope you'll be comfortable." Alistair spun around, searching for the source. "You think that temper of yours is a weapon here, sweetie?" The voice continued, laced with amusement. How cute! For the first time in his life, Alistair felt his rage falter, turning hollow and useless in his chest. He stormed toward the castle, a singular focus in the swirling madness. But with every step, the world warped. The giggles of the glitching minions grew louder, and the gingerbread walls of the path began to shimmer, playing back his most humiliating failures, his most private insecurities. Every weakness he'd ever buried was now a tangible, psychic vision for him to endure. He burst into the castle's grand hall, the floor sticky under his boots. She was there, Pumpkin Spice, a small, almost doll-like figure with eyes that held an ancient, chilling hunger. Feeling a little exposed, she purred, her grin widening. "Don't worry. I'll pick your insecurities out of my teeth when I'm done." She circled him, a predator savoring the fear of her prey. His mind, once a fortress of arrogance, was now a ruin of self-doubt. Every angry retort, every defiant thought, was twisted and reflected back at him as pathetic and childish. A heavy weight settled on his shoulders, a psychic paralysis that made his limbs feel like lead. What's the point? The thought blossomed in his mind, not his own, but as undeniable as a law of nature. All his ambition, his drive, his white-hot rage, it all seemed so profoundly meaningless. A cosmic joke with a punchline he'd never understand. Why fight? Why even breathe? Pumpkin Spice laughed, a sound like sugar glass shattering on a marble floor. "There it is," she sighed with satisfaction. "The little squeak of a soul giving up. It's my favorite song." She leaned in close, her breath a nightmarish mix of cinnamon and old blood. "Sing it for me." A cold lassitude spread through his veins. He was no longer a man. He was an ornament, a decoration for her grotesque castle. A sweet treat to be consumed at her leisure. His gaze drifted upward to the dark, sticky stains on the ceiling, and he understood. He was not the first to sing this song. The last thing he was aware of was her voice, humming a discordant, sugary tune as the world dissolved into spiced dread. It was the song of Pumpkin Spice, the song of the end, the sweet, cloying, and absolute taste of nothing at all.